a triple jump final for the ages. This really could be very, very special indeed.
Yeah, the first competitor out is a Turkish competitor, Nekzi. He's a European under-23 champion. What a final this is. This is one of the guys that I'm really looking forward to. The third best jumper of all time from the United States of America. This is Claye. Next up, Yoing Fang from China. This is his first World Championship final. It could be one of the greatest. From Cuba, Christian Nepals. This is a big one for him, not competed outside of Cuba this year, but he makes the final here in Qatar. This is one of the athletes who I'm really looking forward to seeing, and he's already putting on a show for us, isn't he? This is Pedro Pablo Pichada, formerly Cuban athlete, now representing Portugal. From Azerbaijan, this is Alexis Capello. He's had a third, a fourth, and a fifth place at these championships. Can he get on the podium once again? This is a fascinating athlete. This athlete is from Burkina Faso. It's Hugues Fabrice Zango. He's had a fantastic season thus far, finished in the top 4 on so many occasions in the Diamond League final. Dos Santos, Almir Dos Santos goes next. The Brazilian made his first World Championship final. Recently actually transferred from being a high jumper, but here he is, the World Championship triple jump final. This is Ru Ting Wu of China. He was a finalist 2 years ago in London. He's had experience at this level. Could this be the evening that Christian Taylor adds a 4th World Championship medal to his growing medal collection, the second furthest athlete of all time from the United States of America? Cuban athletes. This is Jordan Axelero Diaz Fortune, still an under-20 athlete. And a third USA athlete. United States of America are well represented here. Donald Scott, he's the US champion 2019.
Claye. Can he produce what he did at Long Beach earlier this summer when he stormed out to an 18:14? He's one of the all-time greats, we know that. He's desperate for this title, and that is an excellent start from the American.
It is. He's the new person on the block who's jumped over 18 meters, 18:14 and 18:06 this year, and pretty precise on the board as well, just giving away 4 centimeters. This is an event that promises so much. The rivalry between Claye and Taylor is magnificent. They've been competing against each other for over a decade. Taylor it is who always seems to get the better on the bigger occasion, but both of these gentlemen have got a number of World Championship and Olympic medals between them. Okay, here we go. This is the next competitor taken to the sand. It's Nopals, it's the Cuban. He gets a white flag as well. He's just signaling a few things that he thought he should have done better. Needs more height, he's saying.
He only just missed the podium 2 years ago. World Junior silver medalist. One of a long line of great Cuban long jumpers, triple jumpers and high jumpers. Good performance from him. It was 17:36 in the end.
This is the first attempt for Pichado. This is one of the athletes we're really looking forward to seeing here. And it's a solid attempt. He gets the white flag. No, he doesn't like it. Perhaps he was looking at what Gail did in the men's long jump yesterday. Of course, he opened up with 8:46. That really put the cat among the pigeons and made some of the more favoured athletes start to stress somewhat. If you can nail a good jump at the beginning, that really helps settle the nerves. But that goes out to 17.49, just 11 centimetres behind Claye at the moment.
Will Claye in this triple jump competition, 17.61 in the opening round. We're waiting for the fireworks, and that's a big jump. Claye has brought his A game, just as he has all season. He's putting a great card together here. He is desperate to beat Christian Taylor, his great friend and great rival. 26-23, Taylor leads their head-to-heads. Well, he couldn't get much better on the board, could he? 17.61 in the first round, 17.72. He extends his lead, and the pressure is on everybody else, including his great friend, the defending champion, Christian Taylor. Zango in the triple jump, national record holder, African champion, flying the flag for Burkina Faso. Oh, this is great stuff. He's broken his own national record a couple of times this year. Hugues Fabrice Zango, 17.58 indoors. He's gone out to 17.50 outdoors. He's the 5th best triple jumper in the world this year. And he looks as though he's brought his A game to this absolutely stacked final, with 3 of the 6 men in history to have gone over 18 metres. The idea is to be as even as possible, although you don't always get that right. But 17.46. That is great work from Zango. He moves into a medal position.
This is the Cuban athlete. This Nepal's, oh, he just couldn't control it. Really difficult event this, the triple jump. Having the speed, having the power, but you also need the control. These athletes can tell straight away as they land from one phase to the other if they've managed to carry out that momentum, where they've managed to get that control. Well, the spectators on the back straight were treated to a fantastic long jump competition here just 24 hours ago. These events come thick and fast. It's the triple jump men on this occasion.
Christian Taylor, the defending champion. Taylor under massive pressure here. 2 failures, has to register something to give himself 3 further chances. He's looking straight away for the white flag. Now a little smile of relief, showing all his years of experience there and how he needed it. Let's remind ourselves, he first won this title in Daegu back in 2011. Olympic champion in London and in Rio. He's the defending champion as well. He's won it all, miles behind the board. He wanted to make absolutely certain he has another 3 goes. That's real composure from Taylor. He's taken a little while to settle down here. The idea is to get them as level as possible. 6.27, helping him get out to 17.42. He's in 4th, but more importantly, he's still in it to win it. 3 rounds to go. Christian Nepal's 4th round of the triple jump. 17.38 in the second round. Oh, he's got a problem. Maybe pulled his hamstring there. That's a real shame, because he only just missed a medal 2 years ago. World Junior Silver in 2016. He's an incredibly muscular jumper, and you suspect his competition is over. 17.38, he's currently in 5th. That's a real shame for the Cuban. He is a massive talent. And that was a solid effort in the second round. A real shame. You do not want to see anybody's aspirations for glory come to an end that way. The defending champion, the 2nd best jumper in history. 17:42 in the third round, and my goodness me, he needed that to give himself 3 further opportunities. Claye leading with 17:72. His great friend and rival, and would you believe it, Taylor has delivered again. This guy never knows when he's beaten and never loses his cool. He's in charge once more. We're waiting for the distance, we're waiting for the measurement. Is he back on top here with 2 rounds to go? That reaction tells you he believes he is. He's taken the lead, 17:86. He's got one hand on a 4th title. Here we go then. Christian Taylor taken the lead with 17:86 in the 4th. This is his 5th round jump. Oh, he's back. It's even bigger, it's even better, and the defending champion is even closer to an incredible 4th world title. His first came in Daegu, and he has just kept on delivering again and again, season after season. Taylor always produces what he needs at exactly the right time.
Yeah, after 2 fouls early on, he really had to keep his cool there, didn't he? And we can see as he's taking more attempts, he's getting closer to that board, he's extending his lead. 17:92, it's getting nearer to that 18-meter mark, isn't it?
Will Claye, 5th round, lying in 2nd place, as he has done on so many occasions against his great friend and rival. Needs a big one here. It's good. Is it good enough? He suspects it might be a little shy of Taylor's 17:92. It is incredible to think that these 2 men first shared a podium, a global podium, way back in Daegu all those years ago, and they're still at the very peak of their powers. 2 of 6 men to have gone over 18 metres. It looks like they will be on the podium again. Claye has one final chance to see if this time it's his turn to be standing on the top spot.
Yeah, that rivalry has gone over a decade, but this is a great athlete as well. We really fancy the chances of this guy, if not necessarily here, definitely in the future. This is the Cuban athlete. He's still a junior athlete. He'll still be an under-20 athlete next year, remarkably. He's making his first final here, Diaz Fortune. If he could get on the podium, and let's not forget, he's got to actually beat Ricardo to do that, he would be the youngest ever field event medalist at a World Championships. Now, I wrote that statistic down because he's one of those performers. He has gone out to 17:49 centimetres this year. He's definitely in the run to do that. Maybe he thought that was his attempt then. In fact, it's not. It's Donald Scott. He has to wait a little bit longer. So we'll see the 3rd American athlete take his jump at this stage.
Donald Scott's best effort came in that 3rd round with 17:05. Twice a US champion. Well, it will be an improvement. Bronze at the moment is Pichardo on 17:62. Silver with Will Claye on 17:74. And then you know who leading with 17:92. Tough act to follow when you're representing your country and you're the 3rd best. And you've got a PB of 17:43 as Donald Scott has. Coming up on the big screen in the stadium, 17:17. It is an improvement. It's not enough for a medal.
So finally we get to see Diaz Fortune. He was eager, wasn't he? He was trying to skip his place in the standing order to take his next jump, but here we go. Only recorded a best of 17.06 so far. Well, this young guy will improve. He will become more consistent, and I think he'll be a prospect for future championships.
He's got an incredible ability. He really has. So young. He's gone out to 17.49 at his very best. That was in July. It might be a consolation for him to know that even levelling his PB wouldn't have been enough for a medal today. Such has been the quality and the strength and depth of this field. But we will be seeing and hearing from Diaz Fortune again in the future. Hugues Fabrice Zango of Burkina Faso. He's in 4th place. Oh, that's huge! Waiting for the flag. Right. Pichado's in 3rd with 17.62. Zango has gone 17.50 outdoors this year. He's repeatedly broken his own national record. Miles behind the board there. He has saved his best to last, but how good is it? Burkina Faso have never won a medal. Oh, they might have now. 17.66. He moves 4 centimetres ahead of Pedro Pablo Pichado, who still has 1 jump left. Wow. Zango might deny Pedro Pablo Pichado a medal here. 17.66. The pressure is really on now. Now represents Portugal. Silver medalist in Moscow and in Beijing. Pichado has the sole attention of everybody on the back straight. He's just seen the bronze medal ripped away from him. No, only just over 17 metres. A huge disappointment for Pichado. Not to be this time for him. Absolutely amazing from Hugues Fabrice Zango, the African champion, the national record holder. What a performance.
It is, Rob. He's actually become the most successful athlete for Burkina Faso. The most successful athlete ever at these IAAF World Athletics Championships is a 10th place finish in the men's long jump back in 1995. And now Zango has got a bronze medal. He's taking that home to Burkina Faso.
Last chance to deny his great friend and great rival a 4th world title. This needs to be huge. Oh, and it's big. It's his best effort, you suspect, so far, but not good enough for gold. This decade-long rivalry and friendship will continue. And on yet another occasion, the history books will show the names of Taylor and Claye, but in that order. Another global medal for this huge talent, another silver, another story that they will both reflect on when they meet for dinner repeatedly over the coming decades. Claye delivers again, just agonisingly shy of gold once more. Taylor, world champion for the 4th time. He's the double Olympic champion. There's only one thing missing from his CV. He has the digits 1830 written on his spikes. The only thing he has left to achieve in this sport is break Jonathan Edwards' world record. His best is 1821. Edwards, remember, set the world mark in Gothenburg in 1995. There couldn't be a better moment and a better stage on which to achieve one final dream. Christian Taylor has retained his world title once again. Is there one last flash of magic in these legs for 2019? Come on, big man. Let's deliver the fairy tale finish. You've got the gold. There's only one thing left to do. It's a good effort. It's not to be the world record, but it is to be the gold once again. This guy, quite simply, just doesn't know when he's beaten and doesn't know how to lose. 2 no jumps in the first 2 rounds. He went safe in the 3rd, and when he needed to in the 5th, he went huge. 17.92. He stays where he's been for the best part of a decade, right on top of the world.
It's one of the best domestic rivalries in the world, isn't it? Currently in the sport, maybe even ever. These guys have been competing together since they've been junior athletes. They both even went to the University of Florida. I read a quote recently. Taylor said that Claye really helps him get his best performances. He actually described him as a wasp that just keeps coming back. I can't get rid of him. But if it wasn't for Claye, we could arguably say that Christian Taylor wouldn't have been the athlete that he was. They've needed each other to drive each other to those World Championship medals, like you say now, spanning all the way back to Daegu in South Korea 8 years ago.
And by the way, we are right to be waxing lyrical about Christian Taylor and Will Claye. What a story for Hugues Fabrice Zango, taking his country's first World Championship medal, and with a national record and therefore a personal best of 17.66 in the 6th and final round. What a result for him, and what a result for his country. They'll be going wild. He's just become a superstar back home.
Yeah, once he gets off that plane, I'm sure there'll be a lot of people interested in talking to him. Not just a national record, of course, he already had the African record, so he extends that further. And these are great scenes. All these athletes really respect each other. It takes a lot of perseverance. All these athletes will know how hard they had to try, how hard they've had to train. Sometimes it goes your way, other times it doesn't. Claye, another silver medal there.
We were really looking forward to this. We had 3 of the 6 who've gone over 18 metres this year. Zango of Burkina Faso couldn't believe what he'd achieved in the final round. Will Claye needed everything from the crowd. They gave him support. Good enough for 17.74, but not good enough to beat his great friend. 17.86 would have been good enough in round 4. He went bigger in 5, 17.92. The world record still eludes him, but the collection of golds keeps growing. Christian Taylor reigns supreme once again. The double Olympic champion is now the 4-time world champion. Yet another silver for Will Claye. A national record, an area record, and a first medal in World Championship history for Burkina Faso. Hugues Fabrice Zango will be the toast of his nation tonight.